It's live? It's going live, so we're not live.
Welcome to the dtalks podcast. Yeah. Welcome to the dtalks pod where we don't know what the hell is going on. Yeah, welcome to the dtalks podcast. Yeah.
How's it going, guys? Hopefully that wasn't too much. We're here. We're back. It's Monday. We're doing the thing. It's the Dtalks podcast. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for being here, joining me this Monday night. And for those of you who maybe are stumbling upon this, or if you're new here and you enjoy music, podcasts, or comedy, do consider subscribing because we've got a whole lot of that going on around here on this channel. Now, before I can get into the show today, I got to talk to you guys a little bit about car insurance. These days, it seems as if we're able to do more and more from home. So while you're at home, why aren't you saving money on your car insurance? Your hometown agency, Kenosha Auto Insurance, has specialized for years in simple, hassle-free car insurance using the latest in touch-free technology to help you and your family get the best rates. So what are you waiting for? Give them a call today, 262-448-4141. That's 448-4141. The website is kenoshains.com. And one last time, that's 262-448-4141. Give them a call. Tell them Rita dtalks sent you. The worst that could happen is you will get the best rates. Now, if that sounded extra smooth today, it's because I've been reading that script 100 times over the weekend, trying to fix some mic issues and running tests and everything. So it's, things have been stressful around here, but a good stress because we're working on the show and we're excited, and we've got some new stuff in the works, getting some new lighting and stuff in here. Gonna be upgrading the studio even a little bit more. Exactly. You don't have to stop it right away. McKenna is back in. She's back in the studio, and we've got her hooked up now. So when she actually decides to chime in, which is rare, you guys will be able to say hello. McKenna, why don't you say hello to everybody? No? Come on, just show. I put this together. It's nothing crazy.
It's embarrassing.
Just do it. Just show them. Just wave once.
I'm going to do it really quick.
Okay, but you have to get a wave in. Do it longer than that. Do it longer than that.
I don't want to.
The people on Spotify are like, what the hell is going on
Okay,
right now?
that was it. I waved.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see. Well, that's McKenna, guys. So, shout out to her.
Said she hates me.
I hate McKenna so much. This is one of our day one fans there. My sister, Ariana Rita.
Wow.
Boo, she's booing you. Yeah, the peanut gallery.
I would boo me too.
Huh? What'd you say?
I would boo me too.
I mean, you gotta own it. You're producer McKenna. You're big time.
I am not.
We got a camera on.
I'm a volunteer.
Huh?
I'm a volunteer.
Volunteer producer. It's the same thing.
Okay.
It's the same thing. So yes, McKenna is mic'd up. Oh yeah, I'm giving this video a dislike, she says now.
Oh
in the comments.
no.
But McKenna's mic'd up. You guys, if she does decide to chime in, she's required to press the hotkey to make sure she shows her face.
I already did it.
I know, but what you're supposed to do, like anytime you just talk to me, you should be showing you.
No.
Just same way if there was a guest here. But whatever. We're gonna be getting past that today. We're gonna be talking about Kanye and Drake, and will they ever squash this ongoing beef that they have, as well as friendship and what the hell is it? Do you need it? Is it important? Gonna be having some fun today. Gonna be a little bit of shorter show, but just wanna keep it rolling. Wanna have some fun with it, and hopefully entertain you guys a little bit today on this Monday night. Now, McKenna, do you know what's going on with Drake and Kanye? You do.
No.
Oh, okay, you don't. So
No.
what is, like, from someone who does, you've seen headlines though, right? Like you heard about
No.
you didn't hear about their issues years ago
Well,
or anything?
No. Like, I don't know anything about it.
You don't know that, like, the Drake's son thing and
I know. Oh, yeah. I do know that.
Okay.
What's Pusha T?
yeah.
He
Yes.
revealed it in a song or something.
Yes. Okay. So McKenna doesn't know much about this. For those that don't know much about this, we're going to get into it today, and I want you guys to tell me if you think that who's winning said beef, and if there should be a beef at all. Basically, things go way back, where all the way to when Drake was on the come up, saying, I think this is around the time of 808s and Heartbreak and everything. Drake was quoted as saying that Kanye was the most influential person in his life when it came to music, and things like that. Held Kanye in very high esteem. They've been on songs together many times, and then there was a sort of falling out, and where Kanye ends up cutting Drake from the final version of All of the Lights, and so this goes like way back, where they had little things, but things seem to be fine back in, like, I think it was 2017, or 2008. I forget when More Life came out. Drake and Kanye did a song on there. It seemed like things were getting back to normal between the two of them, and then things kind of go sideways when the whole story of Adidon situation comes out. Basically, Pusha T and Drake have been like subliminally dissing each other in songs for a few years, and then Drake made a song called Two Birds and One Stone where he disses Pusha T and I think Kid Cudi at the time, who was like going on some rants on Twitter about Drake, and dissed both of them in that song. I mean, he mentioned other people too. I mean, didn't mention people by name, but it was pretty obvious who he was speaking about. And then Pusha responded with the song Infrared on his latest album, where that Kanye produced when they were going on the 7. He did 7 like weeks in a row of 7 song projects from his like 7 artists on Good Music or whatever. And Kanye helped produce that track. And so, Drake felt away. He responded to that with bars, and then he responded with the Duppy freestyle a couple days. I think it was like the day later. And then Pusha T a couple of days after that came out with the story of Adidon, which exposed Drake as being a dad for McKenna. I don't know if you knew that, but that's what. So he basically, Drake assumed after that Kanye was the one that told Pusha T about that, because I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I know a lot of people think that like Drake lost that rap beef, I guess, but like I don't know, like just kind of a weird thing to say, like you have a kid, like that's it, like you have a child.
How did Kanye know?
Get that right? So what was your question?
How did Kanye know that he had a kid?
So Drake had like sent a picture of his son to Kanye, because I think Drake was working on the song March 14th for his album Scorpion, and the song he actually references his child being born and what it's like to be a father and all these things, and Kanye. So Drake's assumption was then that, because I think Kanye was like helping out with the song, or Drake they were on good terms or decent terms, and so Drake was showing him new music, and Drake was, that's what it was. Drake was actually, I think he went out to Wyoming, and he was helping Kanye write songs for his Ye album, the one that says I hate being bipolar, it's awesome. I think Drake is actually a credited writer on Yikes, which is like one of the tracks on there. So they were like, had a working relationship together, were cool, and basically Drake had, kind of told Kanye about his son, and then was getting ready to kind of announce his son's existence to the world, and with that song. And I guess apparently Pusha T, so Drake thought Kanye told Pusha T, basically. That's what the story was, right? Then in Pusha T's song, he mentions that Drake was hiding a child, and that he was only going to announce him when he could do so with like some Adidas press run or something. Like there was going to be some run of like clothing that was supposed to come out, like kids clothing or something, is what Pusha T was alluding to. But Pusha T then comes out, and I believe this was on the Joe Budden podcast. I think he said it elsewhere also, but says that Kanye was not the one that told him about the Drake having a kid, but instead that it was Drake's like longtime friend and producer Noah 40 Shabib, who was like, I guess, seeing a girl that Pusha T knew and got very close with this girl, and I guess 40 had told the girl, and then the girl had told Pusha. So that's how the story goes right now. So they're not cool, right? They're not cool. Drake wanted to say that himself, and Kanye, and well, not Kanye, Pusha T took that from him, so they're not cool. But Kanye did help produce Pusha's tracks, and he was actually on Pusha's album that he was dissing Drake on. So it's kind of like a weird thing where it's like, if we are friends, like why are you, why are you dissing me with this guy, or why are you allowing this guy to diss me, sort of thing, right? And then from there, we kind of fast forward to where we are now, whereas Drake's new album, Certified Lover Boy, is supposed to come out in January, pushed it back, and then pushed it back again because he got a surgery or something, and he was like in a cast. I'm not really sure 100% on that, but he's been pushing it back, and apparently Kanye has been pushing back his album as well, Donda. Every single release date he's ever given for it, he's pushed it back. But we'll see. Maybe it's coming out this week. Who knows? And the theory is right now that Ye is pushing back his album to fuck with Drake because they don't want to drop the same week. You know, you don't want to drop the same week as another huge artist. To, you know, people. There's only a certain amount of minutes in a week in that first week, and so like people can only listen to a song or your songs however many times. You know, everyone has the same amount of time in a week, so you want as much of that time for your album.
You don't want to split it with someone.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's why like a lot of artists, like they get a date and then people kind of, you try and pick a different one so that you guys can all work around and all have big first weeks and things like that. So that's a theory. Don't know if that's true or not, but then Drake comes out on this Trippie Redd song that just came out and basically says this. I'm going to pull up the lyrics, but Trippie Redd, Drake. Yeah, let's get the lyrics here. Are you really going to give me crickets, dude? That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. All right, here it is. Let's get to Drake's part. Where does he say his thing? First two, Drake. Okay, here we go. So Drake basically is calling Kanye old and washed up and saying that, and I'll pull up the exact lyrics here in a second, saying that Kanye's pushing his album back doesn't affect him at all, and that he's going to drop when his shit is going to drop regardless. Can I get the exact lyric here? Verse 2, no matter what, it's going to sound weird of me just saying, okay, so, I've done it all. It's like I'm shoddy low. All these fools I'm beefing that I barely know. 45, 44, burnt out, let it go. Ye ain't changing shit for me. It's set in stone. So, I mean, he literally said Kanye's name, you know, like he's name dropping him there. So Kanye hears this, as the rest of the world heard this, and posted, which is now deleted, a screenshot of a group chat that I guess Drake, Kanye, and then Kanye, it looks like he added like Pusha T and some other people in it, and says it was a picture of the Joker he put in the group chat. Kanye sent to it, and then he said, basically, you will not win, like you won't win this. I've been getting bullied by clown ass jock N-words like you my whole life. Like you're finished, like threatening him kind of. And then Kanye posted and then deleted again a picture of Drake's house, a picture of like his basketball court, the inside of his basketball court in his home, and it was on like a Google Maps of where Drake's house is. But everybody kind of know Drake's house is like kind of public. It's not public information, but it is. Everybody kind of already knows his address. So it wasn't it's not like he doxed him or anything like that, but he's kind of just saying like, I know where you are, or I am where you are. That's or creepy. Whatever. Yeah, it's a little weird. And then Drake posted an Instagram story in response of him just laughing. So I don't know, where it stands. And honestly, Drake is somebody who like, he comes off as a very cool and collected guy. Like he doesn't get phased very often, or at least he doesn't show that like publicly. He does in his music, I guess. But Kanye, on the other hand, is very he's very knee jerk with how he reacts to things. So I'm nervous to see what's going to happen on Thursday or Friday when he performs in Chicago. I'm sure he's going to have words for Drake. I mean, I don't know. So as someone who doesn't know anything about this, what do you think about the whole? Do you think they should be beefing?
I mean, I think it was a little disrespectful. So wait,
Well, there's also this thing too. I forgot to. It's kind of layered. There's so many random little bullshit things I might have missed. But another thing too that's a little wrinkle and that's kind of been thrown into it is that there was a rumor that what's the fucking song? In My Feelings. You know, like Kiki, do you love that? Like I guess like Kim and Kanye, like their family, like that whole family, like they refer to Kim as Kiki.
Oh.
And there was a rumor going around that like Kim had slept with Drake.
I remember that.
And there was and he had some lines in Scorpion that were like, people are right around the block, like I could take a left and they're only stone's throw away or whatever. Like he had mentioned that like when he was living in his house in LA is not far from Kanye's. So I don't know what that has to say, but Kanye was also very upset about that like Drake was he said that you're allowing this rumor to exist. Like you should, if you're my friend, you should come out and say like you didn't.
Then also you would have to like address every single rumor, and I think that would get a little sickening. But my original thoughts. So how old is Drake's child?
I think he's like 3 or 4 now.
Oh, okay. More. So he's young.
Yeah.
I thought he was like, he's had this kid for a while.
No,
like,
that would be kind of weird.
Didn't like tell anyone.
I think his son is 3 years old.
Okay. And this was a couple years ago that like the Pusha T stuff.
Someone said, if anything, I think Drake definitely slept with Kris Jenner.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God. What were you saying?
I don't remember.
That's no, I think I don't know, I just think the whole thing is it's pretty, there is something interesting about it where it's like these guys are, I get what Drake is saying, where he's like, dudes I'm beefing with are that I barely know, 45 and 44. I mean, that is first off, that's a little funny to like even be thinking about that, but it also is like, it's really weird that like we live in a world now where like rappers, like I don't even think of Kanye as like old, like he's just Kanye.
Yeah.
But he's like 44.
Yeah, that is weird.
That's weird to think about, like you kind of, rapping about somebody else, like upset. I mean, I don't know that Kanye really sent any shots to Drake, which Drake is like 36, I think. So it's just weird, like grown men doing that. But I get it though. It's like if I don't want to speak ill on either one of them. I would love to one day be able to work with either one, but
I feel bad for the kid. Like
for Drake's kid?
Yeah, he's just like stuck in this drama now.
I mean, he doesn't know what's going on.
He was brought into this world, or like introduced to the world with drama.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't know.
I know.
I guess it's probably weirder that like his mom, I guess, was like a porn star.
Oh no.
So that's what that was like another part of Pusha's diss initially, was like something about, why don't you show the world who you chose? He said a line basically that was like, why don't you show the world who you chose as your Beyonce? Like kind of slut shaming her, I guess, but I mean, it's just rap, I guess, but I don't know. It's just interesting. It's very weird. And I saw a thing that said that, maybe Drake and Kanye are texting behind the scenes, laughing this whole thing off and playing everybody.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it.
Like promoting both their albums.
Yeah, well, both of their streams are going up right now because of it. And Trippie Redd, who got the feature from Drake that had those lyrics on it, his fucking album's doing probably way better than it maybe would have. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just weird. I think it's probably so hard too, because two guys like that are so successful in their own ways, and both have changed music in their own ways. I think it's, there's probably a little bit of ego. I wish they would be cool, just because they were supposed to do a joint project back when, in like 2016, there was like a rumor that they were working on a project together.
That was 5 years ago.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
A long time ago. But I think that would have been like the coolest shit ever, like Kanye level production throughout a whole project, mixed with like I feel like Kanye would have pushed himself and pushed Drake like musically, while Drake would have probably, because Drake's pen is ridiculous. I mean, there was a reason he was writing for Kanye on his Ye album. So I think it would have been super cool. And I like both Kanye and Drake a lot. So I don't know. I think it's I think things are getting to a point where they probably will never be good again. I feel like if it's that messy, like, because at a certain point, like, with the whole Drake and his kid thing, and even though Kanye maybe didn't tell his homie, like, his homie still did that.
Yeah.
And that's like his, like, I think Pusha T is like actually takes care of, it's like he's like a partner with Kanye on Good Music, which is like Kanye's subdivision of his record label. So kind of interesting. I don't know. Do you guys think, and I know we got people in the comments, do you guys think that they will ever squash said beef? Do you think, who do you think's winning said beef? Do you think this is a W for Kanye, a W for Drake? Do you think everybody's being a little ridiculous, dissing each other this late into the game? Two kings can eat, right? Can't two kings eat on their own? But, you know, I don't know. I guess I understand how Drake would feel, and I feel like I would feel the same way if I felt like I trusted somebody and then them or somebody in their close camp not necessarily betrayed me but tried to hurt me in a way. I would take that as betrayal from Kanye. And then I see also Kanye's, you know, perspective of like, I guess like Drake has sort of, I mean, he's not only has he like said things in his songs about Kanye, like he seems more mad at Kanye than Pusha T. Like I think like he's upset, like he'll never be cool with Pusha T, like he doesn't fucking care though. I think like he's like mad that Kanye, who was like his friend, let this other guy do that, is what it sounds like to me. But I don't know. There was another thing I missed about the whole story that I forgot to mention till just now. It was I guess Travis Scott, who's really close to both of them. Obviously Travis, because Kanye was with Kim, and Travis is, I think him and Kylie are having a second kid now, so like they're close. So him and Kanye have been close. They've worked a bunch. Drake and Travis are very close. They've worked a bunch. I guess Travis was going to work as like a mediator and had set up them to actually squash the beef in May. They were supposed to like meet up, and Drake blew it off. And then they rescheduled for the next day, and Drake blew it off again.
Oh my god.
And Drake, so like that's where like I understand why both of them, like I feel like it's just too deep. They should just fucking say fuck it,
just stop,
and either completely drop it and give us a joint project that's fucking amazing. You know what'd be crazy would be if they just like locked themselves in a mansion together with the studio and like weren't able to leave until they gave us an album.
Whoa.
That would probably be the best album of all time. Hands down. Especially like with the tension. I feel like that would almost like they'd be trying to out rap each other on every single song. God. Like it would be pretty sick. It would be pretty insane. 44, damn, look up nursing homes now. Now see, I'm not calling 44 old. I'm just saying that as far as rap goes, it's kind of crazy to think like, think of just your average 44-year-old getting in the booth. It sounds interesting. It sounds weird, but I mean, if you're fucking Kanye,
and saying the things that they say.
What's that?
And like saying the things that they say.
Yeah, I don't know though, but it's different. Like Kanye and like Jay-Z and these people are older, and I mean they still. I mean Eminem. How old is Eminem?
Old. And
he like be like rapping his like crazy shit. So I don't know. I guess the age thing does not matter at all, but it's definitely interesting to think about. Now, I had some. I was gonna have a friend of mine on today, and we were gonna be chatting about friendship. He's unable to make it, so I'm gonna pose some questions to you guys, and maybe McKenna and I will bounce ideas off of each other. And you better be flipping your camera scene. It's disrespectful to the audience. The people, you have more fans than I do, McKenna.
I don't.
Yes, you do. Now, when was the last time you cried? Think about that.
Me?
No, I mean, you can answer it too, but when was the last time you cried? I cried this morning.
You cried this morning? Oh,
yeah.
We were watching the show.
We watched the show and I cried. Do you think crying is like do you think that people that you should cry regularly? Do you think it's healthy?
I think it depends on what's going on in your life. Like obviously you shouldn't force it. Mm-hmm. But it does I think it releases toxins and like your cortisol stress levels. So like,
it's a very scientific answer.
I'm like pretty sure that. Let me look
You
it
can
up.
look it up, but I know there was a famous coach. I forget his name, off the top of my head. When the Bucks won, Luke Rogner said he cried.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty excited. I wasn't in tears because we had a bad experience going up to Milwaukee. We didn't even get to watch the last game. But it was definitely. I mean, I could see somebody doing that. Now, when it comes to like tearing up and everything, there was a famous coach. I can't remember his name. He was a college coach, and God, he's an Italian guy, really great public speaker. I don't know why I can't remember his name. Was it Valvano? I don't fucking know. Basically, he had this speech where he said, every single day you should be, you should like chase something that you're really passionate about. You should laugh as hard as you can. You should call a loved one, like speak with a loved one, someone you love, and then also be moved to tears. Like if you laugh, you love, and you cry every single day, like and you do that every single week and every single year and all this, you have a great life, basically, is what his whole philosophy was. And so I'm curious because I know, especially a lot of like men don't really ever show emotion. I probably show too much emotion and cry way too much, but I think it's a curious case because you do feel better.
Yeah, it says that it does you like release endorphins.
Yeah.
While you're crying, and you also like get rid of like hormones through your tears that could cause stress. So I think that if you have that stress,
then you should cry.
Like, yes, but just don't like make yourself cry.
Yeah. Well, I think like if you like are consuming like art, like you're reading, or you're or you're consuming media, or just experiencing something that's like very powerful. It could cry in a like happy sense too. Like I feel like if you are being moved by something or someone, potentially in a positive way, or it could be watching something sad or whatever, and you cry, I feel like the more often you do that, it's almost better, in my opinion. But I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys. You're an all-star. I like it. Thank you. Appreciate you, dog. Now, what were we getting to? Oh yeah, we're getting to friendships. So what's the point, man? What is the point of friendship? I was looking this up. I typed that into Google today.
I saw that when I came down here.
Yeah. I guess the point of friendship, according to whatever the first thing that came up on Google was that was to allow you to grow as a person, and to basically avoid loneliness through companionship. That's
yeah,
correct?
pretty much.
Yeah. So is that an accurate representation? Like, so do you really require that? Is what I wonder. Because I've talked about it on this podcast before. I've talked with friends of mine on here. I don't see a lot of people very often. I don't hang out with many people. I mean, we all don't as much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're starting to, right? But the last year and some change has been crazy. So I feel like a lot of people haven't been able to see as many people as they normally do. And I'm just curious to, like, those listening or watching, like, what is a friend to you, and is it important? Because I don't honestly, I can honestly not say that it is as important as I thought it was before. Like I definitely miss being as close with friends as I was, and I've been pretty open about how I've kind of been in somewhat of a personal slump when it comes to my mental health over the last year and some change as well. But on like a day-to-day, like, I feel like unless you have people that, like, I guess it would be nice to have people that like really, really care about you, but if you don't have that, like, you still have to go on, like, you still have to exist, like, you don't just, life keeps going on. So like, do you need friends?
And I feel like as we're getting older too, like maintaining friendships is almost like getting harder and can like add stress.
Yeah.
Like, because we're working, we have different schedules. Like,
yeah. And
it
we're
can
in
be
a
hard
weird
to
stage
see
right
each
now
other.
too.
Yeah.
We're in a weird spot right now, like what you just said, because like some people are still in college, some people are exiting college, entering the workforce. Some people aren't sure what they want to do yet. Other people are maybe just now starting college that didn't go before, and other people went straight into the workforce. Everybody's got different things, so everybody's like.
Some people are getting married.
Some people are getting married.
Have kids
We talked about that
already.
last week. Some people are getting married. Some people are having kids. It's, people are at different stages. So like you might be really focused on your career, and someone else might be at a stage where they're trying to connect with friends more. They're trying to chill at the kickback. They're trying to go out to the bar and just enjoy themselves that way. And they might be kind of on you about you never come out, or you never want to do whatever, and you might have maybe you're that person. Maybe you feel that way about your friends. And I feel like you're right that there is sometimes, it sometimes gets to a point where it's like, even to maintain a friendship, when maintaining it becomes more stressful, like the negatives are outweighing the positives of said friendship, it like at what point do you say that you're probably just not friends with someone anymore?
Yeah.
That's what I don't know, because that's what I was trying to think about is like, what is like I feel like being friends is like, it's a partnership type of thing where it's like, is it supposed to be an exchange is kind of what I'm wondering. Is it like I am supposed to be providing this, whatever X, am I supposed to be providing someone that is available to give you rides to, to work or pick you up from the airport or blah, blah, blah. And in exchange, are you getting those same things, or are you getting stress?
Yeah.
And I think it's just me speaking personally. I haven't had the best of luck with certain friends. Well, I'm very thankful for the friends that I still have and am close with. But
And how do you make friends?
That's a good question.
I also don't have a lot of friends, and I don't know how to make them.
We sound like losers right now, bro. The people are going to click on this because of Drake and Kanye, and they're going to get to this point and be like, I don't care what this guy has to say about Drake and Kanye.
If anyone wants to be friends with us.
Okay, that's not what we want. We don't want that.
Just kidding.
But it's interesting. Like, I feel like you're in school, you're forced in an environment that you're forced around the same people for however long, unless you're somebody that moves around a lot. And I think over time you just gravitate towards people that have similar interests as you.
Yeah.
But when you're not in school, or when you get to college and people's lives are drastically different because you're not waking up and going to high school, like to school or grade school, whatever it is, for however many years, because you're doing different things. Some people in college, it's the same. College is its own world too, where some people are working full-time jobs and going to school. Some people only go to one class. Other people have kids, families, and they're just kind of trying to take as much as they can right now. People are at totally different stages. So college is a little different, where it's like you're not necessarily probably meeting. You're not always meeting, like, you're not always forced in the same positions to like slowly have that time to make friends in that way. You can. I've met a lot of my friends that I still am cool with now are actually from college and not from previous schooling. But it's interesting when you're not in school, which is like a forced thing. I feel like it's pretty difficult, because even in your career, you're more focused on the career than you are trying to be cool with everybody that you're working with. I mean, you want to be cordial, but you don't need friends. You have your friends, or you're supposed to.
Or you have like the one person at work who you like feel comfortable like talking to, but like they're your work friends. Like you don't.
It's like when you have
like
a school friend.
Yeah, like you don't hang out.
Don't hang out outside of school.
Yeah. But also, like, as we've gotten older too, I mean, we're only 22, but like I feel like I don't need as many friends. Like I'm friends with my family, with you, and maybe I have like one or two other good friends, and that's I like don't feel like I really like need.
What if you don't have
people.
any friends though? What are you supposed to do? If someone doesn't have any friends.
Any friends?
Yeah. Like, do you need, like, I guess that's kind of like the
root of the question.
Everyone
has someone that cares about them, though.
Huh?
Like, everyone has someone that cares about them.
It's true.
Like, but even if it's a stranger, like, everyone cares about each other.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's fair. I mean, there's probably somebody, yeah. But I mean, I think, like, what should like I don't know. That's I guess the root of what I was getting at is like somebody that feels like they have no friends or no one that they are close to. What is it that they should like? What should they continue pursuing? Is that something that they should worry about, or should they just worry about other things? Can you be happy without companionship? I think it depends
on the person.
Because like I don't know, I'm just curious because it's like, can you be happy completely isolated?
Completely isolated.
Like you have feel like you have no one. Like you might, because like you said, everybody has somebody that cares about them. That's true. You probably have somebody that cares about you, no matter what walk of life you're coming from. But that doesn't mean that you feel valued or not, that you feel not alone. You could still feel alone, even if one person cares about you, because they might not show it.
Yeah.
Just interesting. I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking about. Now, what were we? Oh, I see a couple of these questions were for my homie that was going to potentially be here. Now, I guess kind of jumping on what you said about maintaining friendships can be difficult as in the stage of your life that you're in now, and as you get older. How do you? What do you think are ways that like we can actually maintain friendships? Like I feel like I'm probably not the best to ask this question, but I was talking about this with a friend of mine who used to work on the show, Harrison. We spoke a while back, and I was explaining to him that I feel like sometimes what my version or my expectation of what a friend should do, like should act, like how a friend should work to maintain a relationship, is like not believable, like and I don't think I am that.
Yeah, you have high expectations of like of what your friend should be.
I think that's true, and I also think that at the same time that I feel like some of them aren't that high though. Like you know, I feel like if you are speaking with somebody, like if you are friends with somebody, if your friend calls you and they don't answer, that's fine. They have a fucking life, you know. They don't have to answer your call every time. If your friend calls you and you don't get to it, wouldn't you call them back?
Or text them like, hey.
You would hit them back, right?
Yes.
That's like something.
Okay, that is
right?
like a very.
That's a bare minimum.
Yes.
But there are times, and I've had relationships where that is not reciprocated, and I think, like, as you get older, it's harder to continually put yourself out there for people.
Yeah.
At least in my experience, for me, it's very stressful. What are some of your expectations? Yeah, I mean that's a bare minimum is you respond to a fucking me reaching out to you. I guess.
But I'm also okay with like some friends I have that we talk like once every couple months. You know,
I mean that's what I was just out at lunch with a friend of mine just like that. We don't get to see each other all the time, but when we do, it's always a good time.
Yeah.
And I think like you get I don't know. I think maybe growing up is part of accepting that more. Maybe I haven't. But I also think that it's pretty common courtesy to just respond to somebody. Another thing too, this is I guess this is one of my expectations. Don't expect me, or maybe this is like an inverse of an expectation. Maybe it's like a rule, I guess. Don't expect me to show up. This was a tweet. I'm stealing this. I don't know exactly how it was, but don't expect me to show up to your weddings, baby showers, what would be some graduation party, things where I am basically giving you shit if I'm also not the same person that is invited to your grilling out on a Sunday, or when you and the boys go out on a Saturday night, or to go get a cup of coffee because you're bored or whatever. People will call you. It's interesting that like, because people know who the real ones are, even if they don't want to hang out with you, where they will not hit you up for anything, anything that is fun or exciting or is just chill, relaxing. But the second shit hits the fan, now you want to call, right? That's where I think that's something that bothers me.
I agree with that.
It's like you see people, you'll see them on social media or whatever, always having a good time with different groups of people, and that's fine, that's great, whatever. Then said person gets flat tire. And no one else, none of those people that they were hanging out with can make it, but they call you because they know you're reliable and you'll be there and you're a real friend. And it's interesting. So I don't know. That's just the way I felt. So this is me sulking. This was therapy with me, I guess, today. Me feeling bad for myself. So yeah, that was how to maintain a relationship. This is my last thing, and both myself and McKenna will probably have nothing. We'll have zero to know about this. Is online dating a good thing? I wanted to talk about this today. We were just watching Dave, and one of the episodes he's on a dating app, and I have lots of friends that frequent dating apps. I just am curious if online dating, not like that, like, does it work? Obviously, like, it connects you with people that you could potentially date. Great, right? That's awesome. But is it also like counterproductive in the fact that like there are unlimited possibilities of people in your pocket that were like, if there's any little minor inconvenience with this, it's like, let me just pull that back up. What do you think?
I think it can be no.
Okay.
I think it can be like both ways. Like you said, like it can be good to connect you to people, but I also feel like some people might not give others a chance, like based on looks and like I don't know stuff. Like I just like have seen like your friends just swipe.
Yeah, I mean we've had lots of friends do that.
Not swipe on people.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know, it's just kind of weird.
It is, because it's very weird. It's a very weird world. I mean, we did a dating show way back when, and I want to bring it back. We will bring it back eventually, where we had, we went on Tinder for the person that was going to be the lead of the show, and had an account set up for them, and we were just power swiping right the whole time. And this is like my only experience with a dating app, so it wasn't even for myself. And we are just swiping right, trying to get as many people as we can because we need them to, hopefully be interested in the show and then fill out the application and whatever. And so we do that, and we get like 20 girls to fill out the stuff and do it. And basically how the show worked out was it was like a speed bachelor with an online twist on there. So our front runner of the show had no idea who any of the people were, didn't see any of them, nothing, and basically was given 20 phone numbers and had like, I think it was like 2 hours or maybe an hour and a half to text all of them and figure out names and start having conversations with them and get to know them only over text explicitly. And then after that was then tasked with deciding what 15 of them he wanted to continue with, and had to send 5 packing. Well, I mean, they never were anywhere because he was over text, but got to break up with 5 of them over text. Just like say like, hey, you're not going to make it, whatever. And then tell the other 15 they were moving on. Then after that, I think it was another around 2 hours. It was however long it took, but basically it was a 10-minute phone call with the 15 remaining contestants. And so you get to hear how they sound, you get an idea for how they like actually sound out loud, and you can kind of have like timing with how each other speak and kind of have a little bit of banter that way. So it was a 10-minute conversation with each of the contestants, and then after that time was up, had to our lead had to go back and call 5 of them and end it with them, and then he had the final 10 to FaceTime with for 10 minutes, so you get to see what they look like. And after that, he got to send three more home, and then the next day was all in person. Now, if you followed the channel, you know that we didn't actually get to do the second day of filming because we had one, we were banned from Tinder, so that was not good. And then 2, we got the cops called on us because one of the contestants' mothers thought that we were human traffickers, so was not good. Even though I was on the phone, like I was on the phone with one of them, not this contest. I think I did speak with this contestant as well, but I spoke with one of the contestants and like their mom for like 40 minutes on the phone, like trying to explain to them like, no, this is not, we're not trying to R-word your daughter. Like, you can look.
I would be scared too. Like,
but I mean, like, you could. But I understand that you might be scared. But like, this is after you already filled out the application, which we had to like. We had to do some research into like what the Bachelor and Bachelorette put in their stuff and like their terms of participating, as well as like with Love Island. Like, we went through a lot of shit to get this working, and you were not allowed to be in the contest unless you filled this out and agreed to everything. So like, it was a little frustrating, like having to then re-explain. It's like, why did you sign it? You know.
Yeah, I guess.
And I get it. I'm not gonna expect everybody to read every second of it, but like, just get a gist of like, hey, like, why would I, if I was a dude doing that, why would I have all this? Why do we have this website and you know, a YouTube channel where I'm trying to potentially make something of myself and attaching my real name to it? It'd be pretty weird to then like host a show to use as like a front for human trafficking women. That'd be kind of weird, you know. Like, I understand like surface level, if you don't look into it at all, how it would be kind of sketchy. But like, I feel like if you look into it, it's not at all. But either way, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it with a female lead, so because guys are a lot thirstier and they have the privilege of not usually worrying about those kind of things, as sad as the world is, because it is a real thing. I don't discredit that it is a real thing that happens, and women do have to be cautious of it. But it was just really sad, and they had called the police at the place that it was my old place of employment. So that was kind of, it was terrible. It was a big disaster, but it was a fun show. And it, I don't know, it exposed me to some weird people through online dating that we were trying to set our lead up with, but it was a fun experience nonetheless. And I'm just kind of curious as to whether or not online dating is a good thing or not. But you guys can let me know in the comments if you're watching this days after. Maybe this will be a highlight. If you're listening on Spotify, text me on something, on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever, Darren, Rita. But that's pretty much all I've got for you guys today. This has been the 112th episode of the Dtalks podcast. So I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in live. Thank you to those that were commenting in the live chat. I know we talked about a lot: Kanye, friendship, dating, all this ridiculousness. So appreciate you guys for hanging in there with me and chatting it up. And we're back to our regular scheduled program next month. I think we've got one more week in August, and I think we have a pretty dope guest coming on if everything goes to plan. But then next month we're all booked up, so I'm very excited for you guys to meet some of our new guests. Also want to say thank you to our patrons for supporting the channel. They should be on the screen right now. If you're interested in supporting the channel as well as getting access to some exclusive content, including how I make all my music, we have videos that break it all down, some exclusive Lego builds, as well as there's going to be actually at the start of, by the end of next month, we should have 3 podcasts that are exclusive to Patreon that will all be over there with new hosts, totally different shows, very niche things. They're going to be pretty fun. So if you're interested in any of that, you can join for as little as $1 a month, and you just go to Darren Rita or patreon.com/Darren Rita to do that. So with all that being said, I want to say thank you one last time to Kenosha Auto Insurance for sponsoring this episode. Thank you to McKenna over in the Peanut Gallery. And thank you to everybody for tuning in and hanging out with us every week. You guys make doing the show so much fun. I will see you guys